you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. La 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 la
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord.
Where did that come from? Why did we start doing that?
I don't know.
It's good.
Like what we were singing Night Moves earlier,
Yeah.
And then Mike just changed it
out of nowhere. You just
That's what happened.
I don't know.
that was fun.
Phil Collins is very good.
He is super good. He's like really good at drums.
Yeah.
He's insanely good at drums.
Just like everything.
Very bald head.
Super
Extremely
bald.
bald.
So bald. It's very good, though.
Super good.
Just like everything. It's a good dude.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a full record though.
No. I mean, I have because my mom
I didn't
loves
even
Phil
know he made them.
Collins.
I thought he just made singles.
Just singles?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know,
I have,
he's just got
I
singles.
have like 4 or 5 cassettes from
How often do you jam them?
once I did. I did once.
One time.
One time I did that one time. Yeah.
So Mike, how was your trip? You're back in town.
Oh hell yeah! I took a trip
hell
to
yeah.
San Francisco. It was a crazy good time. I went to that Comedy Central Clusterfest thing, music and comedy festival deal. Got to see Jerry Seinfeld, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Sarah Silverman, Trevor Moore, Natasha Leggero.
How was Natasha Leggero?
She was hilarious. She opened right off the bat talking about being from Rockford and how shitty it was, and talking about one of the bars and actually reading reviews from the bar.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was
awesome.
great.
You saw Pete Davidson too, right?
Yeah, Pete Davidson was there too, and a whole bunch of other people that
Young
were
bitch.
very funny.
Did you say Hannibal Buress?
I did. I saw Hannibal Buress twice actually.
Hell yeah.
He's really funny. I don't know how he was this time, but every special I've seen is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he was really funny. I got to see him do 2 different acts, which was nice because a lot of the people that were performing multiple times
Did the same one.
did the same thing. Yeah.
So who was the funniest?
The funniest person was Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
like
I would-
genuinely?
Genuinely, he's the one that made me laugh the most.
Okay.
Listening to his routine.
What's the deal with airline food?
Was that all
Did he do that
shit?
the whole time?
No, he talked
Does
a lot
he even do that
about
anymore?
what?
Does he even do that anymore?
Why would he still do that?
Well, I mean, a lot of his
his
humor
thing.
is still observational humor, but it's like it's different things now. Like I swear to God, like the funniest fucking joke was donut holes, and I'm gonna do a terrible job saying it, but he's like, how can you eat a hole? He's like, a hole is when nothing's there. He's like, if you have a bag full of
it's true.
donut holes, the bag's empty.
It's true.
And
It's
I
fucked
just thought it was great. And he's like, what? They should be called donut plugs.
It's kind of like life.
Donut plugs.
Also, donut holes are great.
They are just great.
They're very good.
I mean, donuts are great
It's-
also.
Yeah. They're very good.
Everything about donuts is just great.
It's great because you can eat a variety and not feel like shit, as opposed to eating like
you're
5
not eating
varieties
enough
of donuts.
if you don't feel like shit.
You have to feel like
You're doing
shit.
donuts wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would
They
you just
are
like eat one?
designed.
You a guy that just eats one donut?
What?
You're
Yeah,
like,
dude, yeah.
oh man, that was delicious. Instead, you're supposed to
Dude, I've
just eat
seen
like
Brian. Brian
yeah.
will eat fucking 3 Long Johns, bro. He doesn't fuck around.
yeah. And then you're like, God, why did I do that?
Why
That's
did
a
I do
bad
that?
idea.
That's how you eat
They're
donuts.
so good though.
Like, there's
I
2 things:
understand.
pizza and donuts. That's what you do. That's just what you do.
Yeah, eat till
You
you're
eat until you want to fucking die.
which is all the time.
It's great. Anyways,
Who was the least funniest?
The least funniest person I actually saw was probably someone I don't remember the name of, but out of like the names I listed, it was probably unfortunately Trevor Moore, because it's like he just did like 4 songs and that was it.
Oh, okay.
And while some of them were funny, I had heard 2 of them before already, so it wasn't like that great.
Yeah, I never really got that. Like going, like, I understand this sounds weird because you obviously go to see a band, you like play the records, but like, I don't think it's funny to go see just like a
bit over.
Yeah,
A comedian, yeah.
the same funny song. Like you're gonna laugh differently this time. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There's like a connection to, I don't know, more real music, I guess.
Yeah.
How was T.J. Miller?
Oh, I didn't actually get a chance to see T.J. Miller.
Oh,
He was
okay.
playing only the first day, and there was something else going on that we went to saw. I think that was while we were waiting in line to see the Seinfeld room.
Oh,
Was when-
which I saw. Did you guys see his Kramer entrance?
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I thought it could have been better, but it was all right. It was pretty good.
Out of the like that laugh track thing you hear in the background, that was real. That was actually the people in line waiting for their turn to do a Kramer slide, and like I didn't even realize like people were laughing and applauding it until afterwards when
I
my sister showed
honestly
me the
thought it was
video.
a laugh track, just like for the joke. You know
No,
what I
it
mean?
was actually the people there, but it's like everyone else was like eating shit trying to do the slide in. I was the only one that actually did
You
a
were
pretty
the
good
only
one.
You did. I thought you did.
Like a decently good one from
Who
like
said that was a good one?
some guy.
Okay, it was
Don't
just
even
like a
know.
patron. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the tour guide who has to see these.
That was
like,
a good one.
No, the tour guy was they were two manning the cameras, and they had really shitty cameras, so we didn't use that footage. And then one guy that leads you to the door and would close the door after you do a slide in.
Nice.
So yeah, it was just people in line.
Here's
was
the
a great
real,
time, though.
Here's the
Great
real
time.
question: did you stick to your diet while you were there?
I only broke it on one day. I went to 1550 calories on one day.
Damn.
So that's
Wait,
50.
you broke it by 50 calories. That's what
Yeah.
you're. Okay. Fuck you.
How many calories have you had today, Brian?
I don't know.
He just ate for the first
If he
time
ate-
and probably
if he eats like
had
5 donuts. He hits his calorie limit.
No, but
in
he
the
just
breakfast.
had. What did you have? A
At Burger
large
King.
meal from Burger King. That's probably over his daily.
Oh,
you just
100%.
You just killed it. You just
Yeah.
woke up and you killed what he eats
And he
in an
eats
entire
3
day.
meals. You do eat 3 meals, right?
Yeah, they're usually very small or contain a lot of vegetables, though.
Gotcha.
So it's like because that's the only way you can manage it. Otherwise, you're just going to be too
1550.
fucking
Fuck
hungry.
you and your 1550.
What was the 50 that pushed it over? What'd you eat?
That was the day
An
that.
extra apple?
Yeah, he only
No,
ate
no,
one
no,
meal.
no. No, I had half of a babka and half of a black and white cookie from the Seinfeld restaurant with my sister.
So you,
Which half?
No. We split it the
Oh,
other way, so we
okay.
each had
Oh,
half black,
damn.
half white.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
But it was really nice because I was expecting a lot of fair foods, but it being San Francisco, there was like
Yeah, a bunch of
sushi
fucking
bowls
hippies
and,
and shit.
Oh,
and
sure,
paellas
sure.
and all this kind of bullshit. So
yeah.
it wasn't actually too hard to stay under the limit.
Every time you went to get food, were you like, how many? Do you have like how many calories? Do you have like a sheet that I can have?
No, that's
or-
what the internet's for, bruh. I just Googled curry and like guessed
Well, you
about
don't
how much
yeah,
weight
you
it
don't
was.
have exact numbers then, dude.
No, I don't.
You
but
could have gone over every day.
if they were like ridiculously different, yeah, but I don't
Just
know.
saying, man.
Seemed pretty fair to me. Seemed like a fair.
So there's some
judgment
days
call.
you're under, there's some
I
days
thought you
you're
were
over,
committed.
averages
That's
out.
all I thought. I thought you were committed, but I guess we're back for more.
Welcome to Back for More. I'm Mike.
I'm David.
I'm Brian.
Kyle.
Yeah. Hey.
Should I ask Ben to draw Brian?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, we're missing a face.
Just to take Kyle out of it.
Hey,
Just put me
fine
in
with
there. It'll free up enough room to have another person too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a big head. Is that the joke? Got him. I like that you're like,
Have fun at work tonight, you piece of shit.
Yeah. I will.
Kyle, it's fine. You've turned into the Jordan of this podcast. It's whatever.
Oh,
You just have to
God.
deal with, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you served it for years, and now you just got to deal with it.
It's my turn.
man.
You know what?
Yep.
Goes around, comes around.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, fair.
So, any sequel news
been playing
from,
fair
from
game.
you guys?
Top Gun Maverick. It's got a title.
That's
about
got a
it.
title.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sick title. I mean,
I feel like it could have been more.
it's not very like original or
no,
anything. But
no. Yeah, that's
That's it?
As
That's
far as
fair.
like interesting shit, like yeah, there's a bunch of like dumb like Cars 3, blah, blah, fuck out, you know, like whatever. Inside Out, Single Planet. Oh, guess what? James Cameron Avatar is coming out eventually.
Oh wow, still okay.
Yeah. Oh, this Transformers is the shortest one yet. By
That
like
is
5
interesting.
minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I have interesting things.
good,
Okay,
please.
so there will be a new Starship Troopers movie,
What?
wow.
but it's animated.
okay.
Oh, okay.
But Rico's coming back. He's going to do the voice.
He's
and-
gonna
voice,
voice a
yeah.
character.
Yeah. It's called Traitor of Mars.
Whoa.
That's a pretty tight name.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
I don't know anything else about it.
What kind of animation, I wonder?
I don't know, man. I
My
don't know.
guess would be like some kind of CG animation kind of
You
thing.
think like that? Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of money though. I figured it'd be like
well, no, like
cheap shit.
something simple.
Cell shaded.
Okay.
Yeah, cell shaded kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just joking. I don't know if it would actually be cell shaded.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Whatever.
Something cheap.
My second piece of sequel news is there's a Jeepers Creepers 3 coming out.
Is it
It's-
going to be
it's
the
in
same
post.
guy?
It's got to be
It's in
straight
post.
to
I'm not
DVD.
sure if it's the same. I'm not sure if it's the
Okay.
same guy, but it's a sequel and a prequel.
What?
Like
height of
straight
its
to
popularity.
DVD, I imagine, right?
I would imagine. I didn't see.
Like, I don't think
anything about
anyone's
it.
yearning for that.
No, I
Jeepers
don't- I don't
Creepers
think
I
so.
don't know.
I mean,
the first
there-
two went to theaters.
There are
First two
fans,
Yeah, but they were also within like a couple years of each other.
I mean, I doubt it's coming to theaters, but
Yeah.
I mean, there is like a fan base for those movies.
Sure. Yeah.
But so it's a sequel. It's a direct sequel to the first one, and a prequel to the second one. So it's right smack dab in the middle.
Oh, I
okay.
get it.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers 1.5.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's all I got for
Is that going to
sequels.
solve all those holes we were just wondering what
Oh,
happened?
yeah, maybe. I don't
Huge
know.
glaring plot holes about how he got into the field and how he found the kid's school bus. I mean, like,
I don't remember
Yeah.
anything that happened to those movies.
I'm really glad you have an excellent memory. I just watched it the other day, dude.
I just have, I remember pointless things. If it's something important,
You do
I'll forget
really
it.
I do
do.
feel like you bring up Jeepers Creepers a lot, like for random bits of conversation. You'll say Jeepers Creepers. I always think, why the fuck is he recalling that movie? But
There's
you're
a lot
obviously
of
a fan.
lot of weird things about it, and also when I found out the director was like a
Is a
legit
rapist?
child rapist, I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, what was his first movie? Clown something? Like Funhouse or something? Didn't he like
Something
rape a
with
kid
clowns, yeah.
on the set or something?
Damn.
And then
Yeah,
like went to jail
What
for a
the
little bit
fuck?
and then nobody cares anymore. And
yeah. Like he legitimately like filmed
Is
kids
he in
naked
jail?
and did stuff. No, he's out and about. In fact, there was like a big push to boycott his Jeepers Creepers 2 because they're like, yeah, the guy that made this movie is a child rapist. Don't support him.
does that help?
No. Well, I mean, like, it's Jeepers Creepers 2. It's not like it's going to do anything. Like, the people that are going to go see it are going to go see it regardless of if the dude that made it's a child
What the
tickler.
fuck? I gotta look this guy up. He definitely did the first one. He did both of them.
I'm pretty sure he did both of them. I know he definitely did the first one, though.
Dude. God damn it!
excuse me, Brian,
8 o'clock.
you son of a bitch.
It's fine.
Is now the right time to be looking this up?
Yeah.
No, he's really curious about it. But you said do you have any other news?
No, that's all I got. Just those
Okay.
two things.
Jeepers Creepers 3 and another Starship Troopers.
Another goddamn Starship
I
Troopers.
think the last Starship Troopers was animated also, but I never actually
I know
saw
there
it.
is. I know there is an animated one.
He's definitely directing Jeepers Creepers.
The 3. I think it's already been shot. But
Okay.
I think it's in post.
Yeah, it's starring
Yeah.
like
I mean, there was a
5,
while,
12-year-old
guys.
boys.
Yeah, it's only children that are
Yeah.
in this movie.
His work has been certainly void for many years. Like
Yeah, he's too busy
it'll be like 5
effing
years in
kids.
between each
yeah,
movie.
too bad he are trying to.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucked up, dude.
Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Clown House is what you're referring to.
Yeah,
Dave?
Clown House.
That's kind of a mixture of both things you said. Clown,
Fun
fun
house.
house.
Clown
Just get rid of the
time.
fun, and you have a child rapist.
Yeah. I mean, nothing fun about getting effed in the A by a child rapist.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, there's
I
no
wouldn't say we
there's
agree
no
on a
upside
lot,
to that
but
one. Yeah.
that is
All right,
certainly
now that
one.
we've taken it too far, what movie did we watch?
We watched The Thing.
Which
from,
one?
From 2011.
The Thing.
The Thing.
But don't get that confused
2011.
with
the
The
thing.
Thing.
The Thing. The Thing 2011.
How
which
did
is-
like that title go? Like
No joke.
The Thinger? Like
They
Thing
actually
is-
thought about
the Thing
doing
again.
the colon something else, like The Thing beginning or The Thing
yeah, sure.
something like that. But they said they couldn't think of a good one, so they just used The Thing.
That's such a bad excuse.
Yeah, that's a very bad excuse.
The Thing
We
2011.
spent an afternoon
the
brainstorming.
other thing,
man,
the
guys.
first thing.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you know, before The Thing.
Before
Remember The
dude.
Thing?
See, they just needed us.
They
That's-
did.
That thing.
Doing
Don't.
that thing you do. Oh, sorry.
Damn, dude.
Do you not like that movie?
I have never seen
Oh,
it.
then shut the fuck up.
I mean, you like it, so it's not
There's so
good.
much
I
hostility.
mean, it's definitely not that good.
God damn, dude.
fireworks
I thought I hated Mike, but you guys fucking hate each other. So, Mike, what happens in The Thing? But don't get that confused with The Thing.
The Thing.
And remember, please don't be so lengthy.
All right.
It was so long last week. Okay.
All right. It opens on Russians finding an alien spaceship. And
They're
then.
Russian?
Oh, no. Norwegians. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
very different people.
Fucked up the first fucking thing you said.
It opens on Russians. Sorry, I got.
He's got Russians on the brain.
Russians
dude.
on the brain.
There's the whole Trump stuff going on. Comey, you know, whatever.
There's a lot of shit going on. So, anyway, opens on Norwegians
Yes.
finding a spaceship.
Perhaps that spaceship from the beginning of the thing?
No, this is the beginning of The Thing. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
We said don't get this confused with
Yeah,
The
the
Thing.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
It's
you're-
The Thing.
You're getting confused already.
Okay.
But anyway, then we cut to
Also,
a
don't
lady.
say but anyway, because you say that. Like,
anyway.
I need a counter for the last episode. You said it so many fucking times.
You don't have any, like, fucking, like, switch words in this, do you? Where you just, you make up? No? Okay.
Well, I'll try not to, but
All right.
my
They
brain
got
does
The
it on the
Thinged.
fly.
They got things.
They got thinged up.
He's a Norwegian guy. He's a Nor guy. And
Nor guy got
this
things.
Nor guy.
So the Weegians all get together and Weegian it up. So there's a girl, Kate. And she's good at studying things that come out of the ice.
The great
What's her face?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
The only other thing I remember her from is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, she's in that. She's
like to
right,
bring that up
right
later,
now she's
by
in
the way,
Fargo,
remind
season
me.
3.
I'll remind you.
Dude, she's next level. Like
Beautiful.
as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, this has hope. Like honestly, that was
Does
the
it?
first thing.
Does it though?
What?
Well, we'll get to that.
Does it
We'll get
have
to the
hope?
hope. We'll get to hopes.
Our
Hopes
feelings
and
come-
dreams.
our
So
feelings
she's
come
kind of
later.
forcefully recruited to join them in.
Forcefully.
Well, yeah, she even says, like, so I don't have a choice to the guy.
It was pretty forceful.
What was
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I'll stop.
I mean, she wasn't like no, but she was just like.
I just figured
oh.
she's like a paleontologist. And was like, fuck yeah, I'll come to this thing.
So
Well,
they-
he wouldn't tell her anything about it, right?
No, just this, they're digging something up, and the other guy didn't know much either that was
Yeah.
there. But anyway, they go there.
That fucking guy.
They find the spaceship. They find an alien in the ice, and they're like, "Oh, let's dig this thing up and take it home." And so they do. And then we find out that the guy running this mission is kind of an asshole.
They don't take it home.
They take it to their base
Okay.
Which is home
for them.
now.
Home
it's
base.
home. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Goddamn
stop?
idiot.
This is why it was so long because you wouldn't fucking stop interrupting him.
But then we find out the guy leading the mission is kind of a dick because Kate has genuine concerns. Like, hey, shouldn't you not be like drilling into it and pulling shit out?
You've been a little crazy.
And he's like, no, fuck you. I'll do what I want, and don't you ever talk back
Fuck
to
you!
me.
I won't
Yeah.
do what you tell me. Right, Brian? That's what's up.
Yeah.
Little Rage Against the
I mean,
Machine
I
over
thought
here.
it, but
But he said it.
Sorry.
But as it should, it breaks out.
but anyway,
It breaks out,
But
eats a
as
dog,
it
eats a
should.
dude. Breaks out, eats a dog, eats a dude, and they set it on fire and kill it.
And then
And then it's over. That's it. That's all there was. No, she looks at its blood, finds out that it looks like its blood can replicate things. They examine the corpse and they find out that it like was removing some guy's metal plate in his arm too. So it's like, well, that's weird. It got rid of his metal plate out of his arm, and it's
Yeah.
like replicating
and
things.
she said, "Mental note.
I'll
keep that
remember
for
this.
later."
The dude that saw the other guy die is kind of fucked up, so they're like, we should probably take him to a military base so that way he can chill out. And they all get on a copter. Well, not all of them, but like 4 dudes get on a copter to take him away.
Four Nor
Copter.
guys.
The Nor
No,
guys
no,
got on a
it's-
copter.
2 are USAers.
Yeah, 2 USA dudes
USAers.
USA dudes get on a copter.
with some Weegians. With a couple of Weegians.
Legions, yes.
God damn it.
I think that's proper nomenclature.
No, it totally is.
Yeah.
And Kate finds some fillings laying on the floor in the bathroom, and she's like, oh shit.
Oh shit! That mental note that I had.
It's all coming together
It's all
now.
coming together.
She runs out, flags the copter down, but before it can land safely... It's a copter. I think copter's a fair
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, you could go with chopper
chopper.
or
I just
helicopter.
copter. Like I don't think I've ever heard. I'm just saying I don't think I've ever heard copter.
All right.
Get in the copter now.
Get in the copter.
Copter. I even wrote copter in my notes. So she flags down the copter and it's coming back down, but there's a thing on board and it starts eating one of the dudes. A copter crash.
Copter crash. His face splits open.
The thing.
Copter crash.
Copter crash.
That should have been the name. Fuck.
So they have like a meeting to talk about what the hell just happened. And Kate says, hey, I think it's imitating people based on this blood sample. And I think it can't replicate inorganic material based on these fillings. And everyone just goes, yeah, whatever. Just like utterly ignores her. Except for one other girl that seems like, no, you might be onto something. Here, come with me. I'll show you this. Oh shit, it's an alien too. Tries to eat her. And then after that thing eats a dude, literally that thing eats a dude, everyone's in on it and goes, okay, yeah, these things are replicating people. We got to get together. We got to make sure that we have some sort of plan. So they think of a test, but then the test is sabotage. So they got to think of a different
And
test.
she's like, "Oh,
I have an idea.
I have an idea. Mental notes coming together.
those fillings. Remember those fillings
Let me
earlier?
see your fucking
Let
teeth."
me see your fucking teeth. Oh, and by the way, the Americans show up. The guys that were piloting the
Yeah.
copter, the crash.
They survived the
They
crash.
survived the copter crash.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, and they all come back in.
Seemed like you couldn't make it back from that one, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed pretty ridiculous. So they lock him
Damn.
in a room because they're suspicious as fuck.
Yeah.
And then she starts checking everyone's fillings, separates the team into 2 groups, and then bring in the Americans. The Americans escaped. And then the Americans show up again with a flamethrower and a gun and just blow away one of the Norwegians. And so it seems like the Americans have the upper hand. Get everyone into the rec room for a second time, and they're going to dole out what's going on. But then the Thing is there again, and all hell breaks loose, and it kind of backwards humps a dude and merges his face with his face.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
I was into that.
But all hell breaks loose. They start fighting the Thing back. Only Kate and the American guy escape, and they see one of the other dudes, like the that's obviously a Thing, driving off in one of the Bobcats, even though they like sabotaged him. And they end up inside the alien spaceship, and she has a boss battle with the big alien guy and blows him up.
That's very accurate. That's a very accurate description.
And then she escapes, and oh no, the American guy was also a Thing, so she burns him up. And then the movie ends trying to show a lead into John Carpenter's The Thing by having him chase away a dog.
Trying. I think they succeeded in.
I mean, if there's one successful thing in this entire movie, it's
leading in.
It's
they even note the Thing like, oh, leave that axe there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so when they find the axe in the sequel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clever.
So that's the synopsis.
That is the
Jesus
synopsis.
Fucking Christ, Brian.
Brian,
What?
can you stop buzzing on the table, please?
What is it, 8:05? Thank you, phone.
It's actually 8:09. That's my roommate.
9-minute alarm.
Damn, Brian.
What?
Nothing.
That's our anniversary today too.
It's him and his roommate's anniversary.
Oh my god.
That's the text. When are you coming home?
Damn.
I don't think Mike gets
cool.
it.
I don't.
Oh, he's dating his roommate.
Oh, that's even better.
Good for you.
No, I mean, that's a good joke.
Yeah, it was really funny.
That's why it's funny.
That's why
You'll
Kyle-
laugh when you listen to this episode later, like hard the first time.
Oh,
Yeah, I get jokes.
a good chortle.
So,
That was good synopsis, man.
that was great.
All right, The Thing.
Streamlined.
Let's do it.
All right, The Thing. Who wants to? Where do we want to start digging into this fucking monster?
This monster of a
this
corpse
thing,
of a
if you
thing.
will,
This Thing of a movie.
not to be confused with the
the
thing,
Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
or the thing from outer
Well, we gotta
space.
do the history, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have
History.
almost
Good
no
point.
history with the thing. I mean, I've seen the thing, not to be confused with the thing or the thing from outer space.
Did you see this one?
No, I've never seen
Beforehand?
this one.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we're already confused. I've seen the thing, 1982.
There you
That's
go.
when it came out, right?
Yeah.
1982.
The year
John
Brian was
Carpenter's.
born.
There's a Municipal
Oh my
Waste song
God.
about that movie.
Oh my God!
That's pretty tight, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually a really good song. It's off. I think it was a hazardous mutation.
Yeah, the
It was
only
the
good
really
record.
Yeah,
That's
their
the
one
record.
The
Yeah.
only record that they
It's a
have
good
that's
fucking
good.
record.
Yeah. Anyways, I've seen that a couple times. I've never been like a huge fan of it, but it's
Really?
pretty good. I've never seen this one.
I think
until
it's
now.
Carpenter's masterwork, actually.
Do you want to fight right now? I don't like Carpenter that much, to be completely honest with you.
You like some
Like
of the
in
things
general.
he's done.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, the
He's
thing.
really not like great.
He's not great.
He has a couple real good movies.
He
and then
has,
a lot-
like-
he skates along through those. It's just like fucking Wes Craven. He has like 2 or 3 real good movies, and then it's like everything else is just.
I will
what the
totally
fuck?
I
agree
don't
with
really
the
know
Wes
Wes
Craven
Craven too much,
comparison.
but like I think
Yeah.
Carpenter's got like a solid catalog. Like not everything's
not
great,
really.
obviously, but like I don't know. Now,
Well, I
now,
mean, like,
now
you
I haven't
got-
seen everything, so I don't want to comment on
Yeah, you
that,
got
but
Halloween, Thing, Escape, and
The Fog, They Live.
Fog is good. They Live is good. Ghosts of Mars, wasn't that him or was that?
Dude, it was, and that is also a pretty alright movie. I
Could be
wouldn't say
worse.
it's on par. Did we say Escape from New York?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Escape.
Assault
Like that's
on-
like 5 really
like
solid movies.
Assault
though.
in Precinct 13.
Damn.
Yeah, he's good, but then you get to the 90s and he shits his pants.
Yeah, like, Prince of Darkness and
Yeah,
fucking
Ghost of Mars or something like that.
Yeah, Ghost of Mars was bad.
Didn't
Yeah,
he
so
have a
I'm not
movie
a-
starring Jeff Bridges with like Starman or something?
That was before. Yeah, that was yeah.
I've never
Starman.
seen that one. I just know of it because
That
it's
was early
Carpenter.
Yeah, so he's like
yeah.
half good.
Yeah. But that's
Not
like-
a huge
That's
fan.
still pretty good though for a
Yeah,
director.
I'm just saying.
I would say the same thing about Scorsese. Like I would say like half of his movies are like really
Scorsese. I
good.
can't. What did
But
he
everybody
even-
everybody
Scorsese.
loves him, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did he do that Goodfellas?
Did he do Goodfellas?
He sure did. Or
That-
like fucking Quentin Tarantino. I think he has like 3 really good movies.
Yeah, but all his movies are just like other foreign movies, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do that."
Thank you for saying that.
But also,
Ain't
he's
that the
like, I
truth?
still like his
But
movies.
it has-
he's
it
still
works,
like,
though.
he's
It-
still like okay, but he's definitely just like, "Hey, this foreign movie that nobody knows."
Yeah,
God,
and then
wouldn't it be great
I'll
though
give
if he
my own
just
spin
fucking
by-
admitted it instead
Yeah.
of like playing dumb the whole time? Like,
Also,
wow,
if-
what a coincidence! We both made the exact
Yeah.
same movie.
Also, like,
Also, if
what
he could
makes him-
stop being a bitch all the time,
What
that would
makes
be
him
great.
stand out? His fucking dialogue, which I think is like bad.
I hate
It's
it.
not realistic. Like it's fucking.
it's really bad
stupid.
dialogue.
And it's
I think it only fits in some of the movies. I'm not as bothered by it in like Pulp Fiction as I am in fucking Kill Bill. I hate Kill Bill for its dialogue.
dude. I was just talking. I absolutely agree. I was just talking to Jordan about this actually. He just watched Hateful Eight for the first time, which I thought was like okay. He said he thought it was really great. Like my main problem with that movie, like one of my main concerns, is how much they use the N-word. It's like uncomfortable. But then like, I think he used probably the same amount in Django, but there was like retribution for that. There was like it's a slave getting fucking payback.
There was also some good context for it too, probably.
Well, yeah, where there's just like one black guy in this movie, and everyone's dropping the N-word, including 1982's The Thing's Kurt Russell. But
Ooh, nice tie-in.
yeah,
Back to topic.
yeah, the thing. So history. So Dave, yeah, you loved it.
Dave
No.
Dave is a big fan of all the movies.
No.
Seen them
huge
all a
fan.
dozen times.
Yes.
All right.
Box sets,
Not
toys.
really a big fan. I think it's all right.
Oh.
Next.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen Carpenter's a bunch. It's very good.
Yeah,
This is the first time I've seen this one.
yeah. Have any of us seen this movie beforehand?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
No.
My history of the thing is actually Mike showed it to me. We watched it in your basement years ago because we were starting our first podcast. Well, that never got released.
No,
where we
where
looked
we
at,
do it remakes. And
Yeah, we did remakes. So wow, it's very similar to this. But we watched The Thing from Another World or Another Planet. What is it?
Yeah,
what was
The
it
Thing
called?
from Another World.
All right, and then we watched John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
What did I say? I said like From Outer Space or something.
Yeah.
Is that a
Same
different
thing,
movie?
Same thing.
Probably.
Dude, I can almost guarantee there's probably a movie called
Yeah.
The Thing from Outer Space.
Yeah, exactly. But they're both really good.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised with The Thing from Another World when I first watched it because I just thought it was some old cheesy black and white movie that John Carpenter is like, oh yeah, I'll use that plot. But it's like a genuinely good movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good acting. There's a lot of realistic conversations between people with overlapping dialogue that makes it seem more realistic. And then also there's just really fucking insane stunts in there where it's like there's a scene where they set the alien on fire, and this is like 1950s, and you legit worry everyone's gonna fucking die in the fire because it just fucking explodes everywhere. It's just
It's a really
ridiculous.
good movie. Those are probably the two better things of this.
Of this trilogy of the same movie being done 3 times.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, this is my first time. I loved it. I love The Thing, by the way. And
Which one?
The in 1982 one.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing. But yeah, first time also watching.
I'm a big fan of John Carpenter's The Thing. I wouldn't say I'm like a crazy fan of it, but I really, really like it. I think it was even in my top 5 when we did our top 5 horror movies.
Yeah.
Because I really dig the movie. I really like the paranoia. I really like the monsters of madness kind of thing. Like just not any sort of like gray, big-eyed alien. Just like, oh my god, it's a crazy mass of tentacles and got mouths coming out of the side of its head and all kinds of batshit insane stuff. I love monsters like that. Like things that just completely outside of human comprehension kind of aliens. I like that.
Sure. I do want to say one thing really quick. We brought this up on the Talking Show, I think, one time, but I thought it was an interesting note. Pretty recently, the cinematographer of The Thing, 1982's The Thing, said that he purposely...
Did Dean Cundy do that one?
It might have been. It might have been Dean Cundy. That he purposely tried to not put eye light in the humans that are aliens,
That are the
whereas
thing.
like every other human had eye light. Something I tried to look for in this movie, I couldn't fucking tell. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't know if that, but that carried on, or if that was a secret until recently.
I don't think
know, but
this
I
movie
just thought it was
knew much of
interesting.
what it was doing, in all honesty.
man, I feel like we're gonna have a lot of negative things to say.
I don't know. Are we?
I
Yes.
will.
I might have some bad
Why
things
don't
to
you
say.
lead it off, man?
Okay, well, I would just like to start this off by saying, like, again, I'm not the biggest fan of The Thing in general. So, like, this is just, like, an even shittier version of a movie that I'm not a huge fan of in the first place. Like, I like 1982, The Thing. I just, like, I don't like the pacing. Like, the effects are great. And, like, it looks great, whatever. But the pacing is just not my cup of tea. There's a couple times where it fades to black and it just, like, stops the movie, basically. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
But so
Commercial breaks.
The Thing, yeah.
you watched the TV edit.
The Thing 2011 does not suffer those same things. However, it has the complete opposite problem where there's like no patience or breath or anything.
there's
in
no
it.
breathing
Yeah,
room,
there's nothing. Everything's too quick. It seems like a chintzy knockoff of the 1982 thing, in my opinion. Like, and also a big issue I have with it is that up until the credits, it could have just been a reboot. Like,
Yeah.
it adds nothing really to the mythology or the story or anything. And personally, I think if you're gonna do a fucking prequel, like, add some shit.
Sure.
Like, there should be a reason that you're doing.
I
a
really wish
prequel.
there was more about the going into like digging the alien out and all
Exactly.
this stuff. Like more of just like, oh, this is a discovery and this is something special, rather than just like
Yeah.
mulling over that and then it escaped.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah. But anyway,
But yeah,
I
it
agree.
just it turns in like it is just a shitty 2010s reboot of the thing, and then they added, a couple scenes at the end that tie it in
yeah,
to the 1982 version. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it.
yeah.
I got some other things that I need
some
to
of
say
it
about it, but
they were limited on what they could do because it led straight into
yeah,
thing. Like a lot of the deaths, they were limited because in the 82 one, they go to the fucking base and they
Yeah.
see shit dead and how it dies. It's like they couldn't really like reinvent that stuff.
yeah, but like just like the whole story
I agree.
sucks
Yeah.
before that. It's just
Yeah,
this is whack as fuck,
Yeah.
and
it's the same thing.
it's the
But,
same
like,
thing.
It was a less good same
Yes,
thing.
it was a less good thing.
Like when they brought flamethrowers into the equation,
Yeah.
I was just like, really? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, flamethrowers are tight.
Dude, there are
they
literally
are. No,
there
no,
are
no. I'm not
literally
saying
like
they're not,
shots
but, like,
taken
it's the
from
same.
the 82 one, like that light over like the pool table or whatever. Like that shot is in the 80. Like it gets broken when the thing comes in there.
Like, do we really need to homage a movie
Yeah.
that you're the prequel
You're
to?
the prequel. Like, that's what I'm saying. It is a reboot that at the end they added scenes
Yeah.
just to fucking make it a prequel.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even think they needed those scenes at the end. Like,
I
honestly.
mean, I think they did because otherwise it's just a reboot. Like if they're calling it a prequel,
Yeah.
it has
But-
to have those. It has to have those scenes.
No, I mean, I understand that, but it's just like, I don't think a teenager going to see that movie who had never seen The Thing would be affected by any of that. You know what I mean? It could
I
be
like to call it the thing.
it could be a
The
standalone
Thing.
movie, but fans of The Thing know that this is the previous base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I don't
I'm just,
think it really mattered.
I don't know. Like I
Probably just confusing to people, much like Split was when fucking Bruce Willis shows up.
I'm
at
sure
the end,
all
you
the
know what I
kids
mean?
that saw it were like, I don't get it.
Yeah, okay.
Why the fuck is
cool.
Bruce Willis in this movie for 5 seconds? So
But maybe if you see the new thing and you're like, oh, that was
The
like,
new
like you're
thing.
really into it, and then you're like, you go back to watch the 82 one, you're like, oh shit,
oh shit! I mean, that would
that's
be cool.
exactly how it leads
That
into
would be
it.
cool.
And then you watch it and you're like, oh man, that
True.
first one.
If
you
you
could,
had
you
never-
could back to back these, like,
But you have
However-
to be.
However, you'd have
Yeah,
to be
you
a
have
moron.
to see the 2011 first to
yeah.
to even get that effect.
Which means
really.
if I saw 2011 first, I would probably never see
yeah,
the 82 version. But one interesting thing that I wrote notes on the back of these firework cards because I had
They
no
ought to
paper.
use for something.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, bitch. So, how'd you guys feel about the? Where are you going? Kyle's literally leaving. He's leaving the podcast.
Good.
Be a bitch. I'm out.
So, how'd you guys feel about the effects in this
They
movie?
are awful.
Because I got some things
They're
to say.
so
I got some
bad.
interesting tidbits.
so bad.
Were they bad? Because I was not watching
were
in the best
terrible.
quality,
They're
and I
horrible.
thought they looked fine. So
No,
They're
You
really
know what I
horrible.
mean?
It's like
They're bad. In fact, they're so bad I looked it up to see what happened.
Yeah, here, and this is what happened. It was shot with all practical effects, 100% practical effects.
really,
They didn't. I don't know if it was the studio. Somebody didn't like it. They
There was-
covered up almost everything.
There was
No
another
shit.
movie coming out that was all practical, and they didn't want to conflict with it or something like that, is what I
Yeah.
read.
But yeah, they covered up. It shot 100% practical effects, like the original. Oh my God, Brian is dying.
This is how we die.
This is it, man. What
Not
the
with
fuck?
a boom, but with a cough.
No, but yeah, shot 100% practical effects, and the studio that made like the special effects guys released a video of all the effects. It's on YouTube,
No
and I
shit.
mean they look pretty cool. I don't know how they looked
Really?
on film, but yeah, and they replaced everything. They
Yeah.
replaced everything with CG.
They
that's
said the
looks
original
fucking
idea was
horrible.
all practical with some CG add-ins for like, this tentacle is going to lash out and stab a guy through the chest, which is going to be really difficult and practical, so we'll just CG that. And some other CG, like,
Or do they just reshoots in general?
Attitudes.
Because now I feel the studio is going to also be like, can we have more action? You know what I mean? Like,
I think they did do some reshoots, but I don't think it was with like action stuff.
Okay.
the biggest change I found was with the ending. In the original ending, when she's going into the spaceship, and we'll talk more about the ending later, obviously. But when she's going into the spaceship and she sees that giant Rubik's cube, like the
Yeah.
universe's most complicated Rubik's cube, originally what was supposed to be there instead of that piece of shit
Was something cool. Probably.
was supposed to be the actual ship pilots, and the thing was actually an escaped experiment that killed them.
Wow, that's so much better.
And they even
way
bait
better.
this in the beginning, because there's a moment when the guy is talking where he says, you crash your ship into a glacier, why do you suddenly get out and start running into the ice and freeze to death? And one of the guys says, I don't know, maybe his life was in danger.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep, that was the original
That's
thing.
so much better.
Yeah, that is.
Does this footage
way
exist
better.
somewhere? I
No,
wanna
because
see it.
this actually died in the scripting phase because they found it conflicted too much with what they wanted, which was a big boss battle at the end where she goes in and defeats the thing alien. And they said it doesn't make sense that this thing alien's an experiment escaping the ship, and then it goes back and
back
tries
to
to
it.
launch it. So they said, well, we want to have her fighting the thing, and we want to have the big ship scene where it's trying to launch.
So we'll just replace it with this
So
shitty
we'll get
effect.
rid of all this like backstory and potential expansion of the universe, and just replace it with a boss battle at the end.
Fuck.
It's very disappointing.
It really is.
This
man.
movie is just one sack of disappointment.
Here's the biggest thing I can say about this movie is it has a bunch of mediocre elements that it handles poorly. Like the actors to me aren't that there's like a few standout people that do a pretty good job, but I feel like most of the people just had like a blank expression most of the time
Yep.
and didn't seem to be doing anything. It's
Agree.
like okay, so they got mediocre people, but they're not even like playing them up and doing anything with
And
them.
it was
You're making
so.
fun of Norwegians. That's just how they look.
Yeah, look at me.
They have
dude.
cool creature design because it's inspired by the thing, and there's some really cool ideas with these creatures. But then they have terrible CGI that just handles
terrible
them poorly.
CGI, super typical. Just like all the beats in the movie are just like you can guess them before they happen. It's just like there's nothing new.
You have these possible subplots of paranoia and like with. There's people that speak different languages going on here and from
Which they
from
do
different cultures.
Nothing with.
They do. They like have a single line about it where she says, "No, tell them to speak English," and that's it. That's like the only cultural clash you get and stuff like. I'm like, wow, why are you? It's like mediocre parts.
The cool thing
wasted.
about this is that the version that Brian watched did not have subtitles.
I have no idea what any of the Norwegians said.
It's not that important.
Not even
Yeah,
important.
that's,
No.
I figured
Didn't
it
miss
wasn't.
much.
That's funny though.
Why wouldn't it? Did you
So that
like
whole
stream
scene
in
at the
Norwegian?
start-
Streaming. I don't know.
That was a question I was going to ask you about that situation. By the way,
You
it was
can-
like sometimes they not have
You
subtitles.
can
when
get
you're
like a
supposed
thing on it that has subtitles. I just haven't bothered to deal with it
to.
yet.
Okay.
But that would mean like the whole opening scene when they're like driving the truck thing and they're
Doesn't
telling a
fucking
joke
matter.
back and forth.
Doesn't matter.
But it doesn't
But
matter.
did you like even think like did I get
I-
the wrong language or something?
No, I just like oh, whatever.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
He tells a joke about jam and jelly. It was dumb.
Yeah. I
It
probably.
was just as shitty as that joke in H2. So it wasn't the same kind of
Fuck
scene.
you.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest.
But then it
it
ends
was
with him
a less
falling into
good
a
scene.
crevice,
Fuck you.
and you have this terrible looking shot of like, oh, there's the spaceship, and it like does a zoom out.
Dude,
From-
I was so into that. So
I thought that was so dumb. Where I was like, if people just drove into a crevice, they're not going to be like, oh, look at that thing right there, pointing downward towards the center of the earth.
they're-
They'd be like, God, I can't. my
again,
back."
no, you don't understand how calm Norwegians are, dude.
Yeah, look at me,
right, I
dude.
missed
I'm a
that.
Norwegian. I'm so calm all the time.
Like you're just
Damn.
you're
No,
offending
yeah,
a whole
cultural
nation
difference.
of people.
You're right. I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
everyone.
you want more cultural difference? Like fucking
Yeah.
understand Norwegian people.
Yeah, fucker. Those are my people.
I apologize.
You should. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also they come up with this idea of doing the lab test where they're like, oh, we can mix the blood. It might react a certain way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, oh, one of the guys might be an alien. There might be sabotage. And it's like, no, someone just blows up the lab and then Kate has a different idea. And I'm like, okay, thanks, movie, for
Very interesting.
It's like you did nothing with the idea of the tests, nothing with the idea that one of the guys making
the
the test
test
might be an
happened,
alien,
like,
and then nothing with the idea
did
that
the
the tests
test.
were sabotage. Because there's like one scene where a guy pushes him in the wall and goes, "Did you sabotage him?" And then the scene's
Well, I
done.
mean, that's pretty much what Carpenter's thing does too.
No, yeah, that's true.
That's the exact same thing. They came up with the blood, and then it just like happened, and they're all like,
I feel like it was
"Who did
just handled a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
better than this fucking pile of shit movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I would say the only part of the movie that had any redeeming quality that I was into is when the Americans escape. Because you think they're aliens, and you don't know what's going on, and it's the only scene like that a human kills a human, which I think is something that is missing from these paranoia movie kind of things.
Yeah, when he just shoots him in the head,
It was great.
that was dope.
Sick.
Yeah.
I also would have liked a little more of not knowing what the fuck is going on. It's like right off the bat when the alien escapes, like
Also,
within
when it jumped out of the ice, holy shit, that was stupid looking.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
It looked
like someone just
terrible.
lifted it
Yeah.
up out and it's little
just
wavy
really
thing.
fast.
This movie looks horrible, man. It's so bad looking.
And also, he didn't start yelling immediately. He like ran to everybody, and it was like, yeah, something. Like it jumped out of the ice. You should be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no excuse because he wasn't Norwegian, was he?
I don't know. Also, just yell. People will be like, what's he fucking yelling about? Yeah. It doesn't matter what language they're yelling. It's important.
Oh, and a nitpick of mine, right before the breakout scene, for some reason...
Yeah, you don't have to nitpick this movie. Like, this is a piece of shit.
No, this is like a small thing, though, but I think it sets like a good baseline for how the movie handles suspense and tension. Is the guy's giving a speech about how groundbreaking it is that they found an alien, and then it cuts to the giant block of ice with the alien in it, and it shows that it's melting. Yeah. And then later... the guy comes in and he's like wiping off the ice and it looks like it's sloshy and melty. And I'm just thinking, like, does it not know how to like build up a moment of surprise for people? Because you're either doing the Hitchcock thing where there's a bomb under the table and the ice is melting, but nobody knows it and it's going to escape and no one's going to know where it is or what's going on. Or you have the jump scare moment where it pops out in his face, but then you set it up for us by letting us know it's melting and escaping. Like, it didn't do either one of those things right. I don't know what it was trying to do. I don't know.
Me either, Mike. I have no idea. You are very upset about this movie.
I'm so happy about this movie because it's been a long time since I've been able to just wholeheartedly say, fuck this movie.
Yes.
Like, I've been so caveat this. Oh, it's
you're
real
like,
close to that.
Oh, it's almost
just
alike,
barely
but,
up, barely down. No, fuck this fucking shit.
There are still people here.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Fuck this fucking shit.
Who's here?
I don't know. There's people here.
How do you know? You've been inside this room this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, they were here when
They could have left.
Okay.
It was like an hour ago.
Maybe. I'm
But
not
anyway,
gonna count on it.
I'm so glad we watched this. It's been great for me to
yeah,
vent.
it's a fun venting session, this podcast. How do you feel about it, Brian?
I was not prepared to talk yet.
I can talk if you want.
Okay, Kyle, how do you
Kyle
feel
sounds like
about
he might
it?
have a more...
I kind of liked it.
Oh my
I'm serious.
God.
Full of shit right now.
I'm not full of shit. I don't think it compares to the original. I don't think it's a very good movie, but like I just did not have as many problems with it as you guys did, and I got through it, and I was just like, that was fine. It was fine. It was a fine movie.
No, it wasn't. I'm gonna have to say that you're very
I don't know.
wrong.
Like
about
I
that.
liked the acting. Like I loved again Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't even know if that's her name. I'm just saying 3 names. I liked the other guy, Edgerton, Joel Edgerton, the American
About
pilot.
the Norwegian from Fast 8. That dude was tight.
Dude, hell yeah, he was tight. Because he's also in Game of Thrones.
I don't
It's
watch that
fine.
crap.
But yeah, no, it was cool to see him too pop up. Like, I thought like I don't know, it kind of worked. But again, did not really notice the effects that much because I was watching like a subpar quality.
Yeah, they probably
version
looked
of the
great.
movie. Like they honestly did not look bad.
They look
so-
exactly like the blurry people.
Yeah. I would have obviously preferred practical effects. But I like again. My things come to like the situation where like I liked the beginning where they're recruiting the paleontologist, but like I wanted so much more of that.
Yeah.
Like a Jurassic Park intro is like what I kind of wanted out of that. Didn't get it. There's just like pacing. It is nowhere near the pace of John Carpenter's The Thing. So I had my like issues with that. But like overall, like I did not hate this movie. I thought it was fine from start to end. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Like, you guys have kind of hit on all the points. It's like, I'm not saying, like, you guys are wrong by any means. I'm just saying, like, I didn't mind it as much. Like, I don't think it's that terrible of a movie.
Brian, what do you think?
Yeah. The ending is great.
The ending
because it leads into
good movie?
it directly
Yeah.
leads into like
There's
it's not
literally
even,
footage from the thing.
it's not even like like an hour or something later. It's directly leads into Ice Station Zebra.
Whatever, man. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a Municipal Waste song about it. I'm gonna say that again. It's really good.
But so yeah, you like the idea of this movie, just not the movie.
It's just,
really.
I like the idea of a lot of movies that aren't good.
That's true.
I'll get behind
because
that.
the
I
idea
think
of
this
this
is
movie is so good.
I think it's a good setup. What happened before John Carpenter's The Thing?
Yeah.
Like
But then
go
they
to
just
this-
don't do that, in my opinion.
No.
They don't do.
Because you're right. There's no
what-
mystery. It's just all action.
Yeah.
All.
I laughed my
know.
ass off when I was looking this movie up afterwards, and it billed itself as a horror mystery. what fucking mystery?
Yeah, there was no
what
mystery.
misdirection and curiosity do you have? Because like there's moments where the monster's like doing something sneaky, but then it turns into a monster and starts eating someone right after that. And I'm like, wow, way to let me wonder who's who for a moment.
Why I didn't mind the action so much though. Like this was very much a more fast-paced movie, even though it's probably the same length as the other one, right?
It's like almost exactly the same.
Okay, but at the same time, if I would have just got like the big comparison is like, oh, it's just the same thing. It's like if it would have been the same kind of pacing or the same kind of, wouldn't that have just been annoying as well?
Well,
not to say like again, I'm not saying they did everything perfect.
I'm fine
but
with the
was
pacing.
more
Like the
action
pacing is
a problem?
fine. I just like the pacing paired with the fact that this movie says nothing, does nothing. That's where it irritates me.
And I like what you said about the like culture clashing. Even that would have just added some kind of extra.
yeah, just give the movie some substance. Give
Yeah.
it something other than like, oh, Kate's the only one that thinks something's going on until shit actually happens, and they do like nothing with it about her being the voice of reason, except that she has to tokenly get to say "I told you so" from time to time.
It's almost offensive. I thought this movie was going to be completely a Norwegian cast. It's almost offensive that the person from the US is like the leader. The two people from the US are the leaders and like the survivors. Like fuck the Norwegian crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They all die.
Which is weird because isn't the director also? I don't know.
Yeah, he is. This
But,
is like his only feature.
Obviously, it's an American movie, right? Like, who would like? That's the weirdest thing I thought is like, why would people go see this movie? Like, is it in subtitles? Like, you know what I mean? I didn't know going in what exactly to expect, but yeah, it would have just I don't know. It would have just been more interesting to have it. Yeah, again, some kind of substance or text there with.
I haven't compared it much to the original, I don't think. A lot of my complaints are just as the movie itself, and I tried to do that with this one. Like, you know, I kind of chewed on 2010 a lot because it just sucked so much dick compared to 2001, and I tried
Still
not
a
to
good
do
movie.
that here. But because I would say my biggest complaints about The Thing 2011 is just its leaps in logic in the plot. Characters do things that make no sense for no reason other than for scenes to happen. Kate has an idea of how to test people. Why didn't she bring that up before the other test got sabotaged? Why didn't she bring up this idea of like, oh hey, by the way, this thing that literally happened like yesterday, it's something that can help us. They disable the cars and make a scene of like, hey, we're gonna have to disable everything so the thing can't escape, and then they just hotwire them back together later on.
Yeah,
Very fast too.
Yeah,
True.
super fast.
No, very true. There was no.
The things happen just because it's like, oh, this should happen in there. And it's like,
Yeah.
there's no reason for these things. People act stupidly.
Yeah.
And they do dumb things. Even the alien does this. In my biggest complaint, the ending when it reveals the last American guy was an alien. And she even says, I knew you were an alien when you went back to camp because your earring had switched ears or something like that. And it's like, oh, you knew he was an alien when he got back into camp?
So why did you just kill
No.
him?
That's
then?
not what happened.
What does she say to him?
She knew he wasn't an alien because he had the earring, and then she noticed that it wasn't there in the car. That's
okay.
why.
Then my sentiment still stands. Why didn't the alien fucking kill her? Why did he say,
I
let's
don't-
get into the car? He even comments, I know there's a Russian base nearby.
Yeah, he didn't need her.
He didn't need her. And
Also, one of the biggest problems, sorry to cut you off, but it's right at this point.
Yeah.
One of my biggest issues is that me and Sean at work were talking about this earlier. When she's like fucking frying him at the end because he's the thing, you hear like noises, like alien noises and stuff. Like, why can't you just not put that in there? And then that makes the movie more interesting because you're like, oh, maybe he wasn't. Was he?
Well, he did the ear thing, which I think was very.
Well, I know, but still, like, there's no
That was
proof.
the sign.
That's not proof, though.
Yeah.
Like, proof is that he sounds like an alien when he's getting fucking
yeah,
fried.
that he tries to eat her. That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
proof.
No, I like again because I think that's what makes the fucking interesting. Like the ending of John Carpenter thing so interesting is like
Except this
we
movie
don't
actually
know what's
retroactively
what.
ruins that. And it's the only time I'll say that a movie like the sequel, because it establishes
Well, you
this.
said about 2010 as well.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
hell.
But
Wait, hold on really quick. So we have an Alexa Dot in our house, and I was like, yo, Alexa, how do you feel about Hal? And she goes, well, we haven't really talked since that thing happened.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
nice.
Sorry. Anyway.
You're such a fucking nerd anyways.
One of the dudes at the ends of John Carpenter's The Thing has an earring in. So it can't replicate that.
Wait, which
Yeah.
guy?
I forget which one, but it's like that's one
You
of
forget which one? What do you mean?
I didn't rewatch The Thing, so I don't know. I read that in one of the message boards where it said something like, "Oh yeah, by the way, the ending to the 2011 basically tells you who's actually an alien at the end of John Carpenter's because one of them has an earring."
Which one of those guys has it? Why don't you? They didn't say which one.
They might have. I don't remember.
Who the fuck has an earring in?
Mm-hmm. But hey, there you go. It's like, problem solved. No more mysteries. You get to know what happened. And oh my god, that boss battle at the end. That's the other leap in logic I hated. Is it's like,
that
why
wasn't
doesn't it
real.
just tear off its arm and let its arm chase after her?
Also, it just looked so bad. Like, I cannot get over the fact of how bad that fucking alien looked.
Here's this thing
had
that
like the
changes
stretched
form.
face. It just looked like shit.
She literally crawls into a hole to escape it. This thing that can shapeshift into anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck, movie? Like, I'm okay with a movie having crazy things like, oh, there's an alien in it and an alien spaceship. Cool, go for it. But if we establish this alien can not only rip apart its own body and make smaller aliens or change its shape into a fucking dog, then running into a hole is not a usable plan.
It does nothing.
She should have not tried it, and it should have not worked.
Yeah. But here we are.
Here we are.
The
People
Thing,
doing things that shouldn't
2011.
work, and the movie letting them work for the sake of the movie.
Honestly, this movie felt like a 90s horror movie to me.
I can say that.
Which,
Yeah.
in 90s, I don't know if you know this about 90s horror movies, but they're like terrible for the most
I
part.
don't know if you guys heard.
But horror died in the 90s. So
It's funny because I was going through my notes as I was watching the movie, and there's a great one where I go, oh god, it's trying to set up the original. And I think I said that when she said, no, leave the axe. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God,
oh my
yeah.
god.
there's just so much bad shit in this movie. Man. And now everyone's looking at their phone.
Yeah.
I'm just by myself.
Trying to
I'm
fucking
not,
pull up a
it's fine.
grab, but see who had an earring. Because I don't remember Kurt Russell's character having an earring. So then it's got to be Keith, whatever his name.
Yeah, Keith, whatever his name was an alien
Yeah,
then.
that
Or
guy.
wasn't, because he didn't have the earring.
Yeah, but that's what's interesting is because I thought that's the one who wasn't it. I think that's tight that it answered that. Whatever.
I'm
Okay.
fine with that, but like my issue is just like I don't like that the ending was like so definitive. Like he was the thing in 2011.
Yeah.
He was the thing. She fucking fried him. It made the thing noises. It's just like it would have been a lot cooler
Yeah, I agree. I
if it
absolutely.
was just
I
like,
think
was
that's-
he though?
I think that's a very good idea.
But that just like kind of sums up
Basically,
my
dude,
problems with this movie.
I feel
Is
like-
that it just didn't.
Wow, wouldn't it be great if it
didn't-
did these good things?
Yeah, but it didn't.
No.
This podcast is becoming like, how would we make this movie?
That's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I'm
Isn't
just-
that what
I'm just
all of
letting
them
you know.
are,
Yeah,
basically?
Yeah, that's what a movie
Yeah, I
podcast
guess,
is.
I guess.
Well, my complaints weren't, I would have done this. I was just asking the movie to do fucking anything
Yeah,
with
I
it.
would have. I wouldn't have done.
I said, here we
Hey,
have this
hey,
this culture
Can you
clash.
stop yelling at me?
Sorry.
Look at somebody else if you're gonna
Fuck
yell.
you.
No,
Fuck
Here
you.
we have-
Yell at him.
Here we
Fuck him.
have this culture clash thing, culture clash, do nothing with it. Here we have this alien trying to turn
Yeah,
people against
just
one
do
another, does nothing with
something.
it because it turns
Do-
into an alien and eats them anyway.
I'm not saying what I would do if I made this movie. I'm saying that I would do something.
Yeah. I'm pointing
That's
out
what-
things the movie did wrong or wasted.
It's just a total failure in your mind.
In my mind, yes.
Yeah.
I imagine if I hadn't seen the original, I would still have these complaints. Probably more so because I would be like, wow, she really pulled it out of her ass that the thing can mimic people, didn't she? But me watching John Carpenter's The Thing, I know that she's on the right page. And also me just knowing how movies work in general. Oh, this one girl is the voice of reason while everyone dismisses her because she's the main character.
Yeah.
It's like it could have done smarter things, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And it's like those smarter things, maybe I couldn't have done them. Probably not. I would probably make a terrible fucking The Thing remake. But this movie sure as shit didn't try.
Brian, what's another thing you didn't like about this movie? I'm just trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was
know.
trying to really
What's something
quickly.
you like
like-
about this movie?
Is there anything
We
that you
did
like
the
about it?
ending.
Oh yeah,
That it leads
Oh, yeah, that's
directly into it.
Yeah, you're right.
I just tried to
that
surprise
is
you
a
and
good
put you
part.
on the spot.
Didn't really. I don't know.
It didn't. I mean, like, what's your complaints? What's your complaints with it?
Everything.
Everything. Yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. I can fucking agree
We're all
with
like
that.
on the same page for the most part, except for Kyle's dumbass.
Kyle's
Look at
dumbass.
it.
I
But
didn't hate it.
I'm just saying.
I watched the
It's
movie.
very bad. There's not. I think we went over a little bit. There's just no. There's no tension.
There's no
It's like,
tension.
You're like, there's a
Zero
couple seconds
tension.
where you're like, oh, I wonder who the thing is, and then there it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
There's no.
It had so much potential.
The
in its
small
description.
part where they were going through like the teeth and stuff, and it was like, okay, well, this is.
I did like
It's
that
all right.
scene. Like I like the setup of
But
that scene.
That
It
was
just
the
like-
only. I think that
and
was the
then-
only time where they were like there was any tension
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
because
probably.
otherwise you were just like, I wonder who it is. Oh, it's that guy.
It's
there
that
he
guy.
goes.
I think there's too many.
He's trying
too many
to kill
people,
someone
too.
now.
Yeah, there's way too
There
many
was a lot of
people to
people.
keep
But they had
track
to
of
kill
to
a
know
lot
what's
of
going
people,
on.
so-
Yeah, that's why my favorite part of the movie, favorite part of this movie, is from when the Americans show up again to when the Americans try to regain control of everything that's going on, and all hell breaks loose. That's like my favorite chunk of the movie because there's tension, there's stakes, there's conflict, and it's not just human versus alien, it's human versus his own paranoia, and I liked that kind of stuff. And the other thing I like is the creature design, although that's kind of ripped from John Carpenter's The Thing, like
Yeah.
establishing how the thing should look and act. But I still think it really cool creature designs.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like also just watching an alien constantly get torched becomes really fucking boring.
Yes, it does.
Like that's one of my biggest complaints. As far as
Yeah, you just like kill it the same way
Yeah,
over and
like,
over.
wow.
again.
It's like that's
They're
literally
doing
the
this
way they
again.
kill the first one. It's like it doesn't waste any time saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're gonna set him on fire." Literally, the very first time the
like
alien
didn't
escapes,
someone
they
with a
set it up.
fucking revolver? Oh, I guess there
Well,
was
they
a
tried
gun. There was a
shooting
gun
it.
at one
They
point.
shot it a few times in the first
Oh,
time.
yeah, sure. It
When it
wasn't-
pulled
it
that
wasn't
dude in, he
doing
shot it
anything.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Which is also, it's weird that they were shooting at it at the end. I guess they did it to lead into the Carpenters, where it's like with Carpenters you see him shooting at it and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, he's shooting at the dog or whatever. But like this now, after all that's happened,
like, why
they
are
go
you
back
shooting
and
at it?
He should be throwing fucking
they should,
grenades
they
at
should
it.
know that the gun doesn't do anything, but he's still shooting at it because that's what they had to do to lead in.
That's
and
true. That's true. It's all he had too, probably. They
Yeah.
had the one.
He does the grenade fail though in John Carpenter's The Thing,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I better blow this motherfucker up."
Then
Yeah.
he
Whoops.
fucking blows up everything else.
You hear
That
the
poor
fucking laugh
dog,
track.
man. Watching that, like that dog got scared at some shit. I'm just saying.
Do you
Oh,
know
and John
that, do you know
Carpenter's?
that
And
dog
John
personally?
Carpenter's.
Yeah.
No, but like I still care about it.
Yeah, it's a good boy.
I have empathy.
It is a good boy.
It's a very good boy.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say something. I totally forgot what it was.
Classic Kyle.
Woohoo, Kyle!
Fine with it.
I would also like to say when I'm going to start comparing it to John Carpenter's The Thing now, if
Oh,
as
are
if
you?
we hadn't already.
Go ahead.
But The Thing is so dumb, and like that's my. I would probably be okay with the lack of tension, with the mediocre effects and stuff like that. But this movie is just so dumb.
I disagree. I cannot get over the fact that the CG is so bad.
But it's like here's an alien
What are you looking at?
who can literally mimic anyone and trick people.
Oh shit.
Who can
Sorry.
literally
Sports.
mimic anyone
Sports.
and
Hashtag
trick
sports.
people. And what does it do is it lures people into a place and then like goes apeshit on them and tries to attack them and lets them escape. And then when they do, instead of like changing back and acting like the person's gone crazy or something, no, it follows them into the hall, blades slashing,
Yeah.
and stabs another dude while everyone just watches. And I'm like, the first one wasn't this dumb. The only time it waited until late at night when everyone else was asleep, and then it tried to get one of the dogs, but the dogs freaked out enough to where they came in and caught it. And what does it do? It runs away, stabs through the
Yeah.
ceiling or whatever, and just fucks out.
So you're
and I'm
saying
gone.
perhaps
Fucks
it
out.
learned from this one to the next base, right?
Oh yeah, maybe, but it seems like it's really fucking smart in this one. I mean, it knows to put a fucking earring in. It knows how to speak two
true.
different languages.
It's really smart in this one, but also an idiot at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's my
Damn.
problem. These conflicting points. It's like if it's a mindless mimic or
What?
something like that.
I
look
can't
like
get
you're
over the
about to
fact
fucking- you're
that
in,
this
like,
was
hoax.
this was an escaped experiment. I think that is such a better plot, and I think
know.
that would have made it a far better movie. Well, if it fixed other things too, but
If it would have just expanded on the universe a little bit instead of just, having people in a room. Like, if you have people in a room paranoid that someone's an alien, great. I like that movie idea. But just actually do that.
yeah,
Don't do a bunch
Yeah.
of bullshit aside from that.
So really our problems with this movie is that there's an idea. The idea is pretty good, and then they do nothing with it.
yeah.
Correct?
Drop the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they do
Sounds
that
about right.
across the board. Bunch of mediocre
Yep.
parts they waste.
Yep. And they just do absolutely fucking nothing with it.
It's a shame.
It's a
What do you think
shame.
happened to Kate's character?
I don't know. I think she probably made it somewhere safe or something like that. That would be my guess.
I'd imagine. Yeah, I mean, she killed the thing.
And she
That
has
thing,
a
at
she has a
least.
little tractor thing to
Did you
escape
think
in.
she went to the Russian base?
I
She doesn't
imagine.
know where it's
She
at,
wouldn't.
though, does
Yeah,
she?
that's true.
She
She
did-
doesn't.
Oh,
know
They
yeah.
where
never
it's at.
mentioned that she would know where it was at. So it's like,
Yeah, she's just
did
a
she
paleontologist
Did she
on
just
ranch.
drive around and like then maybe
run
she,
out of
she probably
gas,
died.
Maybe
to
she
death.
fucking froze to death. Dude.
Yeah.
Maybe she pulled a Prometheus.
I would like to see that.
Maybe she was
She
also
hopped
a
in the
thing.
ship.
And
I
then
don't think the thing would kill itself, though, you know?
maybe, I don't know. You don't know. You don't know shit, dude.
You're right.
You don't know nothing.
All I know is that I don't know nothing.
All I know
That
is that I
thing.
don't know.
Holy shit!
All I know is that I don't know anything at all.
Damn.
Damn. Damn, bro.
Damn.
Damn. Is that all we got to say about this movie? Is there anything else? Are there any other particular parts that really grind your fucking gears?
There's one more thing
Oh, jeez.
than there needs to be. 1982's thing was fine. Right?
Damn.
Yeah, 1982's thing is great. That
No, but that's my problem is that I'm okay with there being a prequel. Like, I like...
Oh, me too.
I like
They just
prequels and
fucked it up.
sequels. They just didn't do anything. They did nothing.
In fact, I would probably be like you were talking about, like, oh, it's the same thing. I'd probably be okay with the same thing again. Like, if it's something I like, I'm okay
Honestly,
seeing the same thing again.
Like I was saying earlier, the only thing that makes this movie a fucking prequel is that it has the dog part that leads in
Yeah.
to Carpenter's.
Yeah.
The thing.
And again, knowing that
But
it's
They
the
probably
other
just
face,
did that
though,
at the end. They
'cause
were like,
Honestly-
oh shit, let's just
honestly,
fucking do
it
that.
did feel tacked on.
Yes.
Right? Like, it felt
honestly
so
though,
tacked on.
I'm probably more okay with this movie without it being a prequel. I'm just like, it's a shitty reboot. Whatever.
Sure.
I can just live with that, and I'm fine with it.
God,
Yeah.
I would hate it. I would hate it if it was a reboot, though, because like, there's just not. It's not
No.
good.
I don't want to make it
comparatively.
sound like I would love it if they just did the same thing again and it was a reboot and all that shit.
Be- yeah,
but
you'd be
I'd
more okay
probably
with
be
it.
nicer to it because
Yeah.
I feel like it trying to do whatever the fuck it was doing didn't work, and it should have, stuck to a fucking plan.
God damn! I just wish we would have seen that it was an escaped experiment.
Yeah, that's like such a better thing.
So much more interesting.
It's a better thing.
And they even baited at the start, like I said, with like
Debated?
they baited the
I
idea.
didn't see that
Baited.
scene.
Yeah.
That would have made the movie so much
Yeah.
better if there was somebody
Brian didn't have
jacking
subtitles. I didn't have the
You didn't have the
scene.
masturbation scene?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
it
can't
was
trust the internet.
That's where it came
straight
from.
out of Cure
Just-
for Wellness, man.
Just straight out of.
Yep.
Straight
It's
alien.
cum, dude.
Yeah,
The thing is
straight
cum.
alien cum.
Yeah, it's like it's ridiculous. My notes start off with like, "Oh, I like this," or "That's kind of neat," and it just devolves into, "Wait, didn't
Fuck
they
this.
disable the vehicles? Oh no, there's no way the ship is gonna work out," and all this other shit like nice boss battles, stupid.
Did you actually write that in your notes? Nice boss battle, stupid.
Yeah, I also said, "Why didn't it just rearrange itself to go after her in the small tunnel?" Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't think it can actually do that though. I mean, it could have done the thing where like the little arm went off, but it's not like a straight shapeshifter. It absorbs the thing and then turns into whatever
Yeah,
it was.
bitch.
It's not. I don't think they ever like
Well, I mean,
acknowledged that it was a straight shapeshifter.
It's able to grow tentacles and
Yeah, I
break
mean,
its
I
body
agree.
apart.
It's
And,
something like couldn't it have just made one of those tentacles like a foot longer?
Yeah, yeah, and like, oh, I'm so close.
yeah.
Oh, just barely missing
But-
her for the sake of
But
the
yeah,
movie.
I don't think it's like a straight shapeshifter though.
Straight shapeshifter.
That's good.
Good.
Got
good,
vocals
yeah.
all over the
Yeah,
place here.
bruh. What's up, bruh? Bury me with all my ice on.
Are we done then? Or you just
Yeah, like, are you just looking
like-
at your phone?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything I haven't mentioned. But
I
no,
literally have nothing else to do. Oh, wait, no, I do. I do have something.
Whoa!
Oh, it's really not that interesting. I just thought, like, it's funny
Into the
that...
microphone.
Shut the fuck up. Has everyone here seen 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Oh yeah.
No,
fuck.
go ahead.
I forgot to remind you, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, you didn't. You fucked up, man. Okay, so
He did mention it earlier.
the way that movie ends is her whatever her name is.
Oh shit.
She throws a bomb or something into like the spaceship and it explodes, the alien, and it explodes, and that's like almost exactly what happens in this movie.
It's 2 movies now. She's thrown a bomb into an alien mouth to make
And
it
yeah.
explode.
Like, is that just like the most generic alien explosion way to kill an alien,
Right.
or is
Throw
like
a bomb in
fucking-
its mouth. and
I just
watch-
think
They
it's
even did it to
interesting that it's the
Jaws.
same character or the same person, not the same character.
That is
but,
interesting. Yeah.
and it's exactly
maybe it's the same
same.
character.
I don't know, man.
Maybe they came to her and like, we don't know how to end this.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I have some experience throwing grenades into aliens.
maybe
That's why she
10
got the part. Is they're like, all right, at the end, someone throws a grenade into the mouth. Now we got to start casting the movie.
They're like, who did that?
Holy
Who
shit.
did that?
We have a grenade throwing expert.
He's a fucking method
So,
actor.
anyways, 10 Cloverfield Lane is the real prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. Is what I'm saying.
Duh.
Damn. Okay, so I'm done talking now. That's all I have.
Wait, is that a prequel or a sequel to?
See, well, it's kind of like a sidequel.
yeah, it's like
It's
a-
like going on in
Oh,
parallel.
Oh, cool. All right,
nope,
let's check
not
that out.
cool.
Should we talk about that movie? sometime?
No, I don't think there's anything.
Not
to talk
right
about.
now. 'cause
Fuck it. Well, I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen either of them. I don't.
You've never seen
Really?
Cloverfield?
Nah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I
That's
don't watch
okay.
movies. I mean, I guess now I watch movies at least once a week. But
We're making you watch movies.
prior to this, I didn't
That's
watch
pretty
movies
cool.
very often.
I
So-
did want to say that while I hated the visual effects, I like the sound effects.
It sounds pretty good.
Like, although again, it's kind of just ripping off of what John Carpenter did, but
the
I love.
the score was garbage comparatively.
No, yeah.
Okay,
What
I
else?
can agree
What
with
else?
that.
I'll trust
know,
you on that.
We're just adding that to the list, right?
but I love the monster howl. I loved it in John Carpenter's thing.
Monster
Where it's like,
howl. That's a good name for something.
Monster Howl. That's all you do.
Yeah, man. Space idiot.
So many
Monster
good-
howl.
Yeah. Everything's
That's how
good.
you. That's how you. Man, that's how
You gotta write
name
it down
things.
though, man. Oh, it's
Copter crash.
Copter grad, dude. Fucking write these. Open up your fucking thing and write those.
Mike's already
write
got
these
his notes
shits
down. Mike. Nothing.
No. All right. So, do we even need? Are you going to give it a thumbs up?
I'm
Kyle?
sure not. No.
Okay. So I'm just
I
gonna.
thought it was
guess.
a fine. Like it's not.
Thumbs
good enough
down for me.
thumbs
Yeah, thumbs down.
up. Down.
I'm so happy. No caveats.
Just like
no
straight up
iffies,
thumbs
no
down.
like
No addendums.
no addendums. No, I'm gonna regret this later. I'm gonna talk about it or this or that. No, thumbs down, and it'll never be a thumbs up again.
Holy shit.
I am so certain of how I feel about this
I mean,
movie.
me
It's
too.
great. It's great. I love feeling this way, knowing that I hate a movie.
You gonna put it on your shelf next to Starship Troopers 2?
No, I got rid of Starship Troopers 2.
Oh, well, you,
Okay. Well, here's a good question. Which movie do you hate more?
Starship Troopers 2.
Holy
Wow.
shit. That was an easy answer.
Damn.
yeah, that must be.
Damn.
That's all that.
That was just ready to go.
Yeah.
No, but this one, this Thing remake, it is going to be added to my list of movies I hate, along with Prince of Persia.
I would like to know. Do you have a written list, or is this just all mental?
No, it's all just mental.
Because that would be so funny
like
if you
his
had
whole
like, if you had like a document on your computer like movies I hate,
What's
and
the
then you
better
go
one to
home
go?
after this and you're like, The Thing.
I would not
20.
be fucking surprised. He has like
I got all
notepad
kinds of
documents
bullshit.
for days.
Or if it was just like a piece of paper in his wallet. It was like
Yeah, it's like all folded up and shitty.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
a
it's-
new
it's
one.
a very yellowed paper. It's
been around a long time.
Yeah. There's another one.
I just add movies mentally. Like I think back, what did I hate? Worst experience? And it's like this is going to be one of them. It's like I genuinely had a bad time through and through this movie from start
It
to
was
finish.
not an easy watch for me. Let's put it that way.
I would agree with that.
I did not have fun.
I watched it in 2 parts.
There you go.
No, that's fair.
did too.
Yeah, oh, well, here we go. Kyle, that's all Kyle does.
I mean, that's
He
all
can't-
I've been doing.
He can't
too.
even
It's-
watch a fucking movie all the way through.
Why am I the only one getting yelled at?
'Cause
You're
I'm
just like
fine.
you're fine with
Yeah.
you. Fuck
'Cause
Kyle.
I,
2-part son of a bitch.
I had to go to bed at like by like
I mean,
11
that's why.
o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I mean, I do
you're
too.
like-
I just get tired.
You're like a guy that really, really likes movies.
Well, I'm not. Like, listen, I started the other night. I like had to. I was falling asleep. I had to shut it off, and then I finished it this morning.
You should have
which is a
started it
huge
over
compliment
since
to
you
the
liked
movie,
it so
by the
much.
way.
I finished it at 8 o'clock this morning.
Huge
Like,
compliment to the
dedicated.
movie. This horror thriller. Like, I'm getting too tired.
Yeah.
for this. I
Hey,
gotta go
hey,
to
it
bed.
doesn't fucking matter when it's like late at night and I'm fucking tired, bro.
Disagree.
I've stayed up for movies that I was like shocked at how
And
much I was enjoying.
Did you
them.
feel great about it the next? Like, did you feel like this is an achievement in my life right
No,
now?
but
that
I say it
stayed
was
up for
worth
this
it.
movie?
Where I'm like, yeah, I stayed up late, but damn, that was a good movie.
I mean, I'll do
like
it
that's
for
why
a
it kept
fucking
me
like
up.
midnight release, but it's not important when I'm watching a fucking movie on my computer
House
that
of
I don't
Cards
even
season
care about.
2. That's what it did to me. I watched episode 1. Like, I'll just watch the first episode of season 2 before I go to bed, and I'm like, fuck,
That was a mistake.
I'm locked in.
Anybody want to go see It Comes at Night tonight?
No.
Okay.
I have to go
Is
to
that like a
work.
porno?
I mean, I was going to stay away from that joke, but no, it's not.
Okay. I still haven't seen Wonder Woman or The Mummy. I got a backlog, man.
Are you seriously
mean,
going to see the Mummy?
I am for sure
what-
going to see the
I
Mummy.
would 100% see the Mummy.
Yeah,
What
yes.
the fuck?
It
dude?
has to
looks
go on my
terrible,
list.
but
It has to go on my
Yeah.
list.
It's gonna be such a disaster that
Yeah.
like why wouldn't you go? That's why I went to go see Batman versus.
Look,
Oh,
Superman.
I know. I'm hoping
I'm
it's as
just-
bad as Bat Soup.
I'm just saying, I'm not. I have a lot of money,
Best
and I'm
seat.
not paying for that.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
fine.
but you don't pay for like we literally go to movies all the time, so this is not an issue.
That's not a sequel. We're not asking you to go.
Yeah, you don't have to go.
I
I'm not
fully
gonna.
admit, me spending money on this is like way worse than anything you probably spend money on ever. But I still want to do it because I do
Listen,
enjoy bad movies.
Can I go back to this fucking shit comment? You said, okay, like listen. If I was watching a really good movie, I'd probably finish it. But you're asking, you're mad
so
at me
offended that
because I'm just thinking about, if it was a good movie, I definitely actually would stay up through it.
But that's his
I was
point.
like,
His point is that like this movie did nothing that it was supposed to.
yeah,
So
This horror thriller mystery, you're like
couldn't keep
fuck
you
it.
awake.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's you know what, it's fair.
But you gave it a thumbs down.
and
I
it was
don't know what I'm
literally
getting
like in
grumpy
the middle
about.
of an action sequence. I was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting grumpy at you. You gave it a thumbs down, and I unplugged the thing on
It's
accident.
okay.
All right.
It's got batteries in it.
All right.
But thank you for your effort.
All right, so all thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs down across the board.
This
This
is
is this the second movie that's ever done it? Mortal Kombat 2 did it.
Mortal Kombat 2.
I think it's the second movie
It might be the
it's
second
been a
one.
unanimous thumbs down.
Yeah.
Kyle disagreed with us on Magic Mike.
You were a thumbs
cares?
down on Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I was a thumbs.
Oh wait, you were a
I was
thumbs
like,
up.
I think I was a thumbs up,
Yeah.
but like only today. That was my caveat. I was like, tomorrow it would probably
It'd
be
probably
different.
change, yeah.
Mhm.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
who
Yeah.
cares?
This is
I
boring.
should add a thumb tracker to the website.
You
Like
could.
next to each movie.
This you've talked about this before.
Oh,
Did I?
Wow.
Mhm.
You
I
should
have
do
great
it.
ideas.
You do. You should write them down.
You should do it.
It's a
Yeah.
primary example
Yeah.
of how you should write them
Yeah.
down.
I can remember bullshit from terrible movies, but I can't remember my good ideas.
Good ideas for things that can, like,
Actually, I can actually
you
implement
can
in
do,
my life.
and
Yeah.
it will make your life better in some way, probably.
Let's get Brian on the logo.
Yeah, I don't know how to draw, so I got to talk to Ben. Unless, hey,
Yeah.
Brian, do you want to give it a shot? You want to draw
Brian,
yourself?
We need to
No.
grab a picture of you real quick.
Mm-mm.
Are you fine with how you look right now?
We'll have him like poking out around the corner with two hands or something.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Like,
Or I'll just take a picture of him and shittily Photoshop him into the logo, and then that'll be it. You won't
Boom.
look animated.
We're
at
gonna have
all.
to get a
It'll
new
just-
URL back for more and Brian.
And Brian. Yeah. Back for more with Brian Wilson.
Starring.
From the Beach
That sounds
Boys.
legit, yeah.
All right, we'll be back for more.
Back for more.
Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show.